Hey, what's up, gamers? It's your boy, Church of Caboose, and welcome back to my corner of the internet. Before we kick off this video, I just want to point out I think this Titan look is pretty dang sexy. Got the raid chest piece, which, it moves! The chest armor pieces from the new raid, the Vow of the Disciple, they move, some of them do. Like, the helmet does too, but I haven't gotten the helmet yet. Then we got, the new helmet exotic. I think it's, the Callus selected armor, or, Vex Promethean, something like that for the shader. So, I don't know. I just think it's really cool. Wanted to show it off. So, if you guys enjoy this video, make sure you like and subscribe, because we're going to be talking about the whole content copyright striking thing that's been going on across the internet, and I would love to know what you guys think about everything that's happening, as well as let me know about some stuff that's going on, because there's a great deal of things that I don't know. So I'd love it if you guys were to share what you do know and maybe educate me and everyone else on some things that are happening that we don't know about. So let's get into this. Before we talk about content creators and content they put out on YouTube or other places getting copyright striked, it's probably worth mentioning why that's kind of a big deal. To my understanding, on YouTube, there's different rules about how much content has to be of your own originality. For the most part, for gamer people, a lot of the times the voiceovers is their own thing, and then the gameplay is whatever game made that thing. So in this case, for my channel, a lot of the video you guys see, or pretty much all of it, unless it's my face, is created by Bungie, and there's some kind of a 80-20 rule where I think it's 80% of the video is supposed to be your own stuff, and 20% can be from somebody else. So when it comes to gaming videos, it'd be kind of tricky, right? Because most of the video part that is seen on the screen is not something we came up with. I don't know how to make games, got no idea, can't code them, no clue. So all the video stuff is clearly not something I make, but me talking, for the most part, is me. Maybe we read off of tweets or something. So that's kind of how it goes. And with gaming, it's kind of tricky. How much weight should the video part hold against the audio part with the person talking? And lately, Bungie, or not necessarily Bungie, but I'll talk more about that later, people have been getting copyright strikes for having things like music, lore, stuff like that on their channels by Bungie from their Destiny 2 game. And recently, it's kind of taken off some nostalgia things. It's kind of first started when people were hey, I have music that's no longer in the game. I kind of have soundtracks for it on my channel. Bungie or somebody copyright claimed it, and so I have to take it down. Their whole idea is if there's a copyright strike, it's kind of a big deal. Because I think if you get 3 of them, your channel goes off permanently. I'm not all familiar with all the punishments. I think there's temporary suspension or ban kind of a thing for the second one. That kind of a deal. It's a pretty big, hefty progression. So if you're somebody that makes your living off of creating content, especially on YouTube, you could have a really, really hard time making money if you're not allowed to put up those videos. And then if those videos are still up, but you can't make money off of it because there's a copyright strike, right? So that's kind of why it is a big deal, because people can lose their livelihood, as well as lots of things are just getting taken down. It's all kind of started because of the music. With the content vault, we lost, lots of raid music and destination music and stuff like that. Different channels have these music as soundtracks you can listen to. One I occasionally listen to for sleeping has the Deep Stone Crypt Lullaby raid music as the thing. It's a 10-hour deal, and so other channels have stuff like that too, and those have been getting copyright strikes and coming down. To my knowledge, that was the first slew of these copyright strikes. Then today, I was scrolling through Twitter a little bit, playing some Iron Banner, getting my teeth kicked in as usual, perfectly good at being mediocre, and I saw Bife had tweeted out hey, one of my lore videos, at least one, had gotten copyright strikes. This is going to be a big deal because I put together the lore and stuff. Sure, he doesn't create the lore himself, right? He's not out there for Bungie writing the stuff, but he compiles a lot of it, makes a lot of the game story make sense. I don't particularly get that much into lore, so myself, I'm not watching lots of his lore videos, but he's a good creator, big audience, and a lot of people do enjoy the story, and his videos definitely help a ton as far as understanding and even finding the story goes, because for a while it was way less obvious within the actual game, and since I guess Beyond Light it's been getting better. So he was I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. So he had tweeted at Bungie help and Bungie and stuff. There's been other people doing this, and then I was scrolling through some more after some more Iron Banner and getting my teeth kicked in. and Bungie had put out something about like, hey, we're having a meeting on this. We're gonna figure this out. It is not us or our partners. So somebody else is copyright striking people. Since Bungie said it's not them or their partners, I think the original theory of it being Sony that's going around copyright striking people is out the window, because I would assume Sony would be listed as a partner. So I have no idea who is actually going out and copyright striking. I'm not even sure that other people know. It looks like Bife isn't sure either, and he's like, well, let's trust Bungie to take care of this. He's going to still put out videos. At first, when I saw it, I was like, well, maybe I will take advantage of this, but not being too sure what kind of content to make for now, and hold off and use this as an excuse. And then I was like, yeah, fuck it. Like, let's do this. So, I decided I figured, you know what? I'm tiny. What are the odds someone's going to care enough about my channel to give me a copyright strike for talking about a copyright strike? It would be the inception of copyright strikes. So that's kind of what happened with all this stuff. It's really bizarre. Games, especially games like Destiny, have lots of people that make lots of money, or at least their livings at least, off of their games. So like if people are getting copyright striked for displaying their game footage from like Destiny 2, it becomes really problematic. And I would assume then a lot of people, they were like, well, hopefully we make enough money from just streaming while all this stuff gets taken out. Because like if you lose your channel, you lose your channel. Like I'm not sure how you get it back. I know you can appeal and things, so that's not guaranteed. So someone like My Name's Bife or Azzacross or Glad or someone that's pretty well established and like this is what they do, it's not gonna be easy for them to make a new channel. Like if I get taken down tomorrow, ultimately, as much as I would be like, hey, that's not cool, like as far as the community goes, like not a big deal. Like I would care. I mean, so I hope you guys would care, but like not a big deal. But for someone like Azzacross, that'd be a massive deal. There's lots of people that pay attention. Like his whole weekly TWAB videos where he's like, another week, boys, and another TWAB. Like people love that stuff, you know, and that would bum out a lot of people. I think a lot of people being upset, and of course, him and his Azzacross and his family would probably have quite a bit of strong feelings on this as well. So hopefully they figured this out. I'm real curious to see who actually is copyright striking. Like, is it some troll? It's like, you know, it'd be funny is if I go around copyright striking and claiming things. So like, surely there's some kind of like authorization, something you gotta be able to prove to YouTube where it's like, hey, I have things that people might be stealing that I can copyright strike. But like, I don't know. I have heard of like YouTube drama before where like creators can copyright strike each other. So maybe it doesn't take that much to be like, hey, this is my content, they can't use it. I don't know. I'm just really hoping this all gets figured out before too long. Hopefully Bungie figures out who it is, and then they might go after them. Because if it's not somebody that's affiliated with them, like maybe someone at Sony is like, hey, we own this stuff now. We don't want people doing videos on this. Like we're like off the table. But Bungie'd have to just be like, okay, cool, and not fight it. Like I have no idea. Like this could be a very interesting development. I really hope this doesn't impact people like creators that need this for money for the long term, and this all gets sorted out rather quickly. So I would love to know down below, are you guys aware of this whole thing going on? Do you know some stuff like I don't know? Like that's pretty much the extent of what I know. It's kind of a big deal for a lot of people. Being able to make videos definitely helps games to make more money and get more attention. I would imagine that creators are part of why the Witch Queen went off so well and had so many people, like to the point the raid could not handle the number of people on day one. So hopefully this gets figured out. I'm kind of anxiously awaiting, not because I'm like, ooh, I'm scared, but more because like, who the heck is copyright striking people? Like, My Name's Bife been doing this for years. Azzacross for years. I don't think he's been copyright striked. I just know he's a content creator. Potentially would be having to really worry about this and deal with it if someone like My Name is Bife is getting copyright striked. Like Dado, he's another big one. Rick Cactus is another one that could be under fire. That kind of thing. So I'm wondering what happens. You guys let me know. Like if you find out updates or things, put them in the comments down below. If you're like, hey man, here's some new info, you're way off, let me know. That'd be great. All right, thank you guys all so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe this video, or subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel, like the video, and hopefully you enjoyed the gameplay of a horribly mediocre Destiny player playing out an Iron Banner, because dang it, those ability kill bounties take forever, and Bungie, for the love of gosh, we're gonna nerf the time frame for abilities. Maybe reduce the number of ability kills that we need. Just a thought. Anyways, I hope you guys all have a great week and happy grinding, y'all.